YouTube. This is Brent here with a little Eagle talk. Now, I know a lot of people that are just spazzing out, okay? Bunch of negative Nancys. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Carson Wentz is hurt. You've seen that one bad game from Nick Foles with the Raiders. Even if it was just Nick Foles, I mean, Mack, one of the defensive fronts of the Raiders, is an awesome player. The Raiders have some awesome players. They were, what the heck was their record last year? They made the playoffs. Only lost 2-3 games last year. This year almost made the playoffs. Actually, Carr had a worse year than anybody this year. So him flapping his gums about the Eagles and all this other stuff, he can go pound sand because he didn't have that great a year. But for all you negative Nancys out there, we're one and done, and we don't deserve to be in the playoffs, and this and that, and this and that. It is so stupid. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but I'm going to support my team every week, every night, whenever they need it. I'm not going to sit and trash players like EDD 425 or whatever the hell, 445, EDD 445, and there's a reason why I say EDD instead of EDP, but we'll try to keep this a little clean. So, and people like Harry, that's been wishing bad on the Eagles since day one, but he claims to be a fan. I just don't understand. I don't get all these negative Nancys. We are 13-2. We have home field advantage coming through Philly. Do we need to step it up and figure out how we can win without Carson Wentz? Absolutely, but that's all coaching. Coaching needs to make the adjustments to manage a football game with Nick Foles. Doesn't have to play outrageously nuts. Doesn't have to light things up. He just has to manage the game. Very simple. That's all he has to do is manage the game. We've got running backs and a bunch of good ones. There's other ways around besides having a quarterback throw the ball 50 times a game. I just don't understand all you negative Nancys out there. I really don't. You claim to be diehard. Oh, this and that. Well, first of all, there's a few people that on my friends list on Facebook that bitch and complain about the Eagles constantly, what they did, what they don't do, this, blah, 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 blah. So I start digging a little bit, and I notice other pictures of themselves from years ago with different teams' logos. Man, the only reason you're going for Philly this year is because of the fact that they're 13-2 and Wentz and the Wentz train and all that stuff. I mean, we don't need your Fayweather fans, EDP or EDD. You're the fan weather or whatever you want to call it. You are one of those fans. You trash every single freaking player we have, man. In the past, in the future, it don't matter. You trash them. You want to beat them up. You want to go to Lincoln Financial Field and choke them out. Like, you're an idiot, dude. And I said this on so many different videos. You are never going to change. You make a bad rap for everybody else. Eagle fans like you. Eagle fans like you, EDD445, has ruined it. Now, anybody who don't know who that is, you can go on YouTube and you could put in EDP, not EDD, that's my nickname for him, EDP445, and you'll see a bunch of videos come up. And yeah, the dude has a lot of followers. He has a lot of people, you know, 3/4 of them just are following him because they want to laugh at him and make fun of him. But listen to some of his videos, man. He yells at his dad. He just does some awful things. Way back, he got kicked off because he shot somebody's dog, the neighbor's dog, or he was bragging about shooting the dog. He got in some trouble, got kicked off of YouTube. Now he's back, whatever the case may be. I am just so sick of the negativity. That's why I don't post shit on Facebook anymore. Because you get everybody that's either jealous because their team blows and their team is sitting on the bench a long time ago, on the couch, I should say. And they got to have their little smart comments every time you post a pic of an Eagle, or every time you put Go Eagles. Or I don't have time to play grade school games. I really don't. You know, like if I go to someone else's page, or if I'm scrolling through and I see somebody say, Go Cowboys, I don't go under there, your team sucks. Your team sucks. I hope they lose. I leave people alone. That's their team. That's their business. This is my team and my friends' teams and anybody else who likes the Eagles. And not people like EDP or Harry O's. Waste case, man. I don't get it. We are 13-2. With a meaningless game coming up, so we might be 13-3, depending on how we play against Dallas's second string or third string, or if they're playing their people. I have no clue. But the game means nothing, has nothing to do with anything in the future. So we could be 13-3. It don't matter. Then we have a week off. And then we have only 2 games then until the Super Bowl. You know, you got a playoff game, and then you got an NFC Championship game, still a playoff game, and then you got the bowl. Just say we win 1 and we go to the NFC Championship game and we lose. I don't want to lose, of course I don't. But at the beginning of the year, a lot of these Nancy's out there have been, we're predicting your season, okay? Oh, we're 8-8. We're going to be 8-8 this year, and Doug is a waste case, and like I mentioned, we're only going to be 8-8 or 9-7. So first of all, really nobody out there, and if you say that you thought that we would be 13-2 at this time of the year, you're a liar. You're a liar. Nobody thought that. I didn't think that. Nobody thought that. If you say you did, you're a liar. Because nobody guessed that Carson Wentz in his second year, which last year he got very little warning that he was starting, came in and just winged everything throughout the year. On his second year, pretty much a rookie yet. Not a rookie, but pretty much a rookie. Nobody thought that we would be here. Nobody thought that he would tear his ACL. And then that's another thing. All you guys making fun of that, making fun of an injury, praising that Carson Wentz is hurt, laughing at us because Carson Wentz is hurt. That's what I got to say to you. Because that's wrong, man. And I don't care what anybody says. You can ask my friend Randy, Eric Blackwell. You can ask him. He asked me, suggested that I make the video about all these negative Nancys. So I'm doing it. You can ask him how I feel about injuries. Because I seen people posting pictures of Romo with his broken back and making fun of him in his coffin and all this other stuff. And I never liked him. I never shared him. I don't take part in any type of making fun of people's injuries. Never. No matter how much I hate the team. That is the truth. So if you're out there praising Carson Wentz's injury, you need to reevaluate on what kind of human being that you are. You really do. But we're 13-2 right now. We got one more game left. Then, like I said, we got a bye, and then playoffs start for us. We'll see who we're playing in Philly. Maybe we can win, maybe we can't. But I can guarantee you this, that I will be there supporting my team until the end. And I will be there next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after, because I have been here all my life and I'm not going anywhere. It is Philly, baby. Philly. All Philly teams. I don't care how much people hate them, want to make fun of them. I like the Philadelphia Phillies. I like the Philadelphia Flyers. I like the Philadelphia Sixers. I'll even go for the Philadelphia Union. And you know I like the Philadelphia Eagles. But I just don't understand all the negative Nancy's, man. They're just awful. Like, I've seen the most dumbest shit. Like, throughout the whole year. I've seen people actually put in there, I don't know, halfway through the season, I guess Carson, when he lost up one game, or threw a pick, or I forget what games they were, but people putting on their Facebook, oh, let's bench Carson, put in Foles. Bench Carson, put in Foles. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You know? Then you start cupping Wentz's balls again, you know? And then now that he's hurt, now you're crying that Nicky's in there. This doesn't make any sense. If you watch that game, they weren't really playing. They were playing conservative against the Raiders. They've already had clinched home field. We've already clinched the bye. They were playing for home field advantage. And people, is it worth hurting your players? All of a sudden, Jeffries can't get opened against the Raiders. All of a sudden, none of our tight ends could get open for Nick. All of a sudden, nobody can get open. All of a sudden, right? A team that leads the league in scoring of points can't get open. Nobody can get open. All of a sudden. Come on. We played conservative. Probably was told, look, go out there, guys, manage the game, win it. Don't get hurt. We got the playoffs coming here. Is it really worth it then? Okay. So you go for your... you're playing for your home field advantage, okay? And for, say, 2 of your starters get hurt. Carson's already out. So say Jeffries, our main receiver. I think he's got 9-10 touchdowns this year, maybe more. That don't quote me on it. I numbers all day at work, so I don't know everything in my head. All of a sudden, gets hurt, okay? What good is he going to be in the playoffs then? Was it really worth getting that home field advantage and getting some of your starters hurt? So just say Jeffries went down, and then we had one of our good running backs, Ajayi or Blunt or Clement, or however you want to pronounce it. I say Clement. Ertz, Selleck, one of those guys get really hurt, out for the year. Then what? Was it really worth the home field advantage? So I think we were playing conservative, just too conservative. And the Raiders played tough. They're a tough team. They're not the old Raiders. They're not the Cleveland Browns. They have been good. They have been decent. I don't know his first name, but Mac. He's a freaking beast on the Raiders. He was chasing Foles around the whole damn game. And I understand that that's going to happen in the playoffs, and they're going to have to adjust. They're going to have to protect them better. Very simple. If they're going to go anywhere. But to all you negative Nancys, don't even watch the game. Don't even bother. Please don't even bother watching the game, because you're doing nothing but wasting everybody's time and bringing all this other positives down. I like to be positive. That's how I look at life, period. when it comes to anything. People going for doctor's appointments, or doctor checkups, or something happens. You know, I always think positive. It's the only way. But everybody enjoy your day, evening, whatever the case may be. Negative Nancy's, stay away from the TV. Don't watch our birds. Go pick another team. You probably fit perfect over there in the Cowgirls. And go Birds.